Finn Bálor to add 33-year-old WWE star to the Judgment Day as Dominic Mysterio's bodyguard? Potential explored. The Judgment Day has once again risen to power after months of tensions and conflicts, all thanks to Finn Bálor. Ever since Liv Morgan was sidelined, the prince has taken things under his control. Besides, his tensions with Dominic Mysterio also seem to have quelled. In fact, Bálor has become quite supportive of Dirty Dom on Raw. There is a good possibility that Bálor could bring a giant to the faction as Mysterio's enforcer. The talent could be none other than Omos. The 33-year-old has been away from WWE for quite some time. He recently signed a new contract with the promotion, which indicates that WWE has plans for him. And what better way to bring him back than pairing him with the heel faction? Dominic Mysterio is at risk of losing the Intercontinental Championship, as AJ Styles has been haunting him. Moreover, the Judgment Day is currently in need of a powerhouse who could protect the group, and Omos could be the ideal fit. Standing at 7 feet 3 inches tall and weighing over 400 pounds, he is one of the most intimidating figures in WWE currently. The Nigerian giant's imposing physical presence would fill the gap of a powerhouse, providing muscle power to the Judgment Day. He could help Dominic Mysterio, Finn Bálor, and JD McDonagh protect their respective championships in their matches. Omos' addition could be a game-changer for the heel faction, allowing the Judgment Day to assert its dominance. This potential angle could also help WWE use the 33-year-old on television regularly, as fans have been clamoring to see the Nigerian giant back on the company's programming. Whatever is discussed above is currently speculation, as there is currently no update on Omos' status. Finn Bálor to add more members to the Judgment Day? It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that Finn Bálor has taken over the Judgment Day in Liv Morgan's absence. He has been pulling the strings for the faction lately and had a key role in bringing Roxanne Perez to the group. Fans have been wondering whether Bálor could bring some more members to the stable. There were rumors of male members being added to the faction some time ago. Now that Morgan is gone, Finn Bálor has all the leverage to do what he wants to. However, the chances of the group adding more members at this point seem relatively low. The Judgment Day is currently enriched with everything it needs. The faction has once again risen to power as its members hold different titles. Apart from an enforcer figure, it doesn't look like WWE is considering adding any more members to the heel group at this point. It will be interesting to see how things shape up for the faction on Raw in the coming weeks and whether Triple H has plans for a big surprise. WWE faces backlash after suggesting Liv Morgan was dead. WWE is currently facing backlash from viewers after teasing that Liv Morgan was dead when she was only recovering from an injury. WWE superstar Liv Morgan was recently the subject of a joke during WWE Raw, and as a result of their stunt, the wrestling organization is facing backlash. Specifically, they confused viewers and prompted the backlash by making it appear as though Liv Morgan died. Naturally, viewers were quite upset by the thought, but Morgan is very much alive. Rather, she is merely recovering from an injury, something which has kept her from appearing on television. It's understandable, then, that viewers are frustrated after WWE made a joke that she died. The joke was the basis of a segment featured on WWE Raw. A memorial for Liv Morgan was designed, including candles and a framed photo of Morgan, and it looked like a tribute that would have only been created as a result of an unexpected death. However, it turns out that it was all a joke, one that viewers are calling insensitive of WWE to do. In fact, the organization went a step further, and shared a photo below without any context of the memorial setup, something which made even more social media users confused as they tried to determine whether or not Morgan actually died. Here are some of the responses from fans that are confused or outraged by the stunt now. Regarding Liv Morgan, her injury occurred on June 16th, and she is merely recovering at this time. While it certainly isn't the same without her appearing on television, Morgan certainly isn't dead, and the outrage might be enough for WWE to rethink making any other such jokes in the future. For now, though, fans can rest easy knowing that Morgan is alive and well. Stay tuned to Screen Geek for any other potential updates regarding this situation with Liv Morgan and WWE as a whole as we have them. Liv Morgan could return as a massive babyface. Shayna Baszler confirms WWE NXT role. ECW legend receives great news. WWE NXT. The July 8th episode of WWE NXT saw an increase in viewership and ratings ahead of this weekend's NXT Great American Bash pay-per-view event. According to a report from Programming Insider, the show drew 695,000 viewers on the USA Network, up from 627,000 the previous week. In the key 18 to 49 demographic, NXT scored a 0.16 rating, a slight uptick from the 0.15 it posted on July 1st. Tuesday's broadcast was the final episode before Saturday's NXT Great American Bash special on Peacock. NXT ranked 8th among cable originals for the night, while NBC's America's Got Talent led the evening with a 0.44 demo rating and 4,896,000 viewers. It was reported earlier this week that Shayna Baszler was listed as a producer for the Kalani Jordynne vs. Lainey Reed match on Tuesday night's episode of WWE NXT. It is said that WWE is currently testing Baszler out in a potential producer role. Baszler addressed the speculation during a Twitch live stream, confirming she had been at the WWE Performance Center and working with people, though she declined to name names. She said, "I happen to be at the WWE PC working with people, and I'm not gonna out the people that requested I work with them. So please, the dirt sheets are usually wrong, so do not believe stuff." Given all of this, the extra eyes on Toni Storm today don't feel like a coincidence. AEW and StarCast could be ramping up backstage security and escort policies to protect their talent, especially their female stars, amid a rising concern about obsessive fan behavior, with fan access at an all-time high. How far should companies go to protect their wrestlers from situations like this? Should conventions increase police presence across the board? Sound off in the comments and let us know what you think. She clarified that she was at NXT primarily to observe and learn, citing advice she once received from Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan. He told her he learned the most about wrestling while listening in on the production headset during shows. She stated, "One time when Daniel Bryan was backstage with WWE, he would sit on the headset when he wasn't wrestling. He always told me that's when he learned the most, what the cameras are looking for, timing, the calls. It helped him as a performer. So I figured, while I was home, I'd go to NXT and sit on the headset." On Raw and SmackDown, only top guys are usually allowed in Gorilla unless they're in the segment. But at NXT, I could because I was a top talent there. I did it just to learn. It helps you understand the TV side of wrestling, which is what WWE is all about. Baszler said her recent appearance at NXT was simply a continuation of that learning process. She also helped with some in-ring work while visiting, noting that she's still technically under WWE contract due to her 90-day no-compete clause. She said, "A couple of my friends got the okay for me to help out in the ring. It just happened to be on a Tuesday. I sat on a headset, that's it. That's literally all that happened." Could the possibility be there? Sure. But I'd have to decide if I'm ready to be done wrestling. I still think I have some stories to tell. A part of me hopes the powers that be at WWE see all the talk online and think about it. That would be great, right? I can't throw myself on the floor until I'm 60. But as of now, I'm still under my 90 days. As for anything else, who knows? Honestly, I really kind of want to go back to Japan. I've wrestled most of the Joshi talent I've wanted to, except for a couple. In June, former ECW talent Francine shared that a small mass had been discovered in her left breast and that she was scheduled for a follow-up appointment in July. She has since provided a health update on Twitter, announcing that her test results came back and no cancer was found. During a recent appearance on the Busted Open radio podcast, WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella opened up about the storyline she had been involved in with Liv Morgan. which was unfortunately cut short due to Morgan suffering a shoulder injury. Bella expressed confidence in Morgan's ability to bounce back, suggesting that she could return as a major babyface. On earlier storyline with Liv Morgan, I would love that story to play out. I want to do things that when she comes back, gives so many layers of heated, like, even if she comes back as a massive babyface. But I want to do things in the meantime that elevate a story even more than we can imagine. Nikki Bella believes Liv Morgan may return as a massive babyface. Francine receives great news. In June, former ECW talent Francine shared that a small mass had been discovered in her left breast and that she was scheduled for a follow-up appointment in July. She has since provided a health update on Twitter, announcing that her test results came back and no cancer was found. Nikki Bella plans to put Liv Morgan in her place once she returns from injury. Liv Morgan suffered a dislocated shoulder injury on the June 16 edition of Monday Night Raw, and this ended up ruining plans for her feud with Nikki Bella. This was obviously disappointing for fans, and now Bella has revealed WWE had epic plans for her feud with Morgan. While speaking on Busted Open Radio, Nikki Bella talked about how her feud with Liv Morgan got thrown off track because of Liv's injury. She said she was obviously really upset about it, just like everyone else, since Liv is such an incredible character. Nikki Bella pointed out that she and Liv Morgan have a lot of layers, both in their characters and from their shared history and chemistry. They were about to start something big, super personal, and truly amazing, but it didn't end up happening the way she had hoped. I mean, obviously, was I so bummed about Liv's injury? Of course. We all are. Liv is such an incredible character, and she and we have a lot of layers, not only in our characters but also history and chemistry there. We were about to do something super epic, super personal, and it was gonna be really amazing. So that didn't pan out